Upchuck is one of Ben 10's best aliens. We know Upchuck is the Omnitrix's DNA sample of the Gourmand race. Ben gains access to this cute little amoeba-looking guy when Grandpa Max's ex-girlfriend Xylene accesses Ben's watch. Now this is the Perk subspecies of the Gourmand, named after the original series character designer Tom Perkins. We don't see the Merc subspecies until Alien Force, so we'll save that whole discussion for another time. Upchuck's main power is to eat things and spit them back out. The resulting blast is only as powerful as the substance eaten. Speaking of, he can eat pretty much anything, including a celestial sapien. My man can essentially eat God. This race of aliens eat their home planet before moving on to the next. They don't even have a natural predator. They are at the top of the food chain. Here's how it all started.
Welcome back to Binge Warmers. I'm Steven.
My name's Hopper.
And today we've got the season 3 finale.
For some reason.
Yeah, we've talked about it before about production dates and stuff. We're just going to keep the long story short, this is the season finale as we're watching it. Okay. In this one, we're introduced to Xylene.
Banger.
What do you call her, Lilf?
Yeah, she's the lizard I'd like to fondle. Be friends with.
Yeah. Well, she is a baddie, I think. She's older.
That's okay. Yeah. That ain't no problem. As long as she's not younger, I'm fine with it.
You know, mommy.
A little bit of a Dommy kind of mommy vibe,
yeah. She's like 6'8" or something, you know. She'd be playing for the Clippers or something if she wanted.
She's also got those like super cool mind powers as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's got the 3 eyes, tentacles. You know, Max is all about it.
She's like wrapping her tentacles around him.
Yeah, I didn't like it. She likes Max cooking, so you know. I don't know why he hasn't gone out into space with her, really. He's really weird for that.
This is a good episode, though. You get that sort of separation, and even like the whole conflict of the episode really is about Max staying or going.
Yeah. And
just perfectly lines up that a robot comes and takes him away. So now they have to work together to kind of get him back.
You know what sucks, though, right, is that the movie was supposed to be the series finale, and they were going to go on to the next one.
Secret of the Omnitrix.
What they could have done is done Secret of the Omnitrix, then done this episode. Max agrees to go, and then it comes into Alien Force, and she comes back and is like, Max has been taken. He came to Earth like a year ago, and now he's missing. He didn't want to tell you because he's tracking the what are they called?
The DNA aliens?
Yeah, the DNA
hybrid.
Aliens. It would have been perfect.
No, I like the way this ended because it really is good about like, oh, Max is here with his kids. Like he loves his family. That's what he's about. You know?
Imagine getting denied by Max twice though too.
I was about to say, imagine slamming that alien puss in deep space, boy. That's where I thought my head just filled in the blanks for you. I was like, what are you saying, Steven? So it's really your fault that happened.
I really hate you. Yeah. So also. Additionally to Xylene, we're also getting Upchuck.
Probably, I shouldn't say the best addition because we get Wildvine and Waybick.
Yeah.
A bunch of cool aliens in this classic series, but Upchuck's just built different, dude.
He's so cool. He really is.
He's got I don't know why he's got like so much potential. I think he could eat and spit out pretty much anything except for normal food.
You know, he'd make any girl happy, I think. You know?
Maybe not though. I don't want to think about that actually. The lizard's okay. This thing, not so much.
If you were keeping up with your fan casting, you know, go check some of those out. They're shorts. Can you link shorts?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Danny DeVito as Upchuck is like perfect.
Do you want me to make that video?
You should. Do you have that already?
No, I don't.
Yeah, you should do that.
I don't know who I'd put as Upchuck. Maybe not Danny DeVito though.
No, Danny DeVito. I'm the trash man. Specifically, Danny DeVito from Always Sunny.
Frank Reynolds needs to be.
Yes.
Needs to be Upchuck.
Yes, I like that.
No, but he's cool, and this is the first time we see another person give Ben an alien. Like sometimes Azimuth will give him an alien, or Ben 10,000 will reprogram an alien in.
Yeah.
But then this is the first time that happens with Xylene because she was the alien that was transporting the Omnitrix.
Where to?
I don't know. Just kind of hazy. But she was taking it and. You know, she's over Earth, so she's like, Vilgax is attacking me. And the fact that her ship kind of messes up and shoots it in a path towards Max, but not actually at Max, and that's what gives Ben the Omnitrix. I had always thought there was a bunch of Mandela effects in this episode for me. Yeah. Because I'd always thought that she programmed his DNA into it, and it just happened to get to Ben first. And I think that would have been a better way to describe it. But like in actuality, her ship malfunctioned, and it kind of went haywire. There is a bit of a retcon in Omniverse. I'm going to tell you about that.
Oh, yeah. Let's hear it.
So there's like this big universal war that goes on, and Vilgax and the Chronosapien guy, I forget his name. They like go back and erase it toward Ben never got the Omnitrix in the prime timeline, so it like kind of prunes all the other timelines for some reason. Yeah. It's something like that. I might be getting some details wrong. But what's interesting is Ben like turns into Cannonbolt, and like when the asteroid is showing up, he like bumps it in the right direction. So it's like in the original episode you see it going, and then it turns and it heads towards Ben.
Yeah,
that's because Cannonbolt bumps it and it comes towards Ben. And then in the original episode, the first episode, Ben's
it looks like it just turns towards him.
Yeah, and Ben's looking at it from afar, and like the ground underneath him crumbles. Ben from the future has turned into Armadillo and made the earthquake, so he has to fall down and find the Omnitrix.
Oh, that's cool.
So there's sort of a retcon. I'm not really personally the biggest fan of like a character giving themselves powers from the future.
I don't like that either.
Sort of like a like a time loop thing.
Yeah, like which came first now.
Yeah, exactly. So
I get a weird paradox.
I don't really mess with that kind of thing.
No, not at all, not at all.
But anyway, that's what happened, and I always thought that it was the DNA thing. But then there was another Mandela effect moment because I thought that Upchuck was part of Xylene's race. I thought she was like, here's the male from my species. Let me plug it into your watch. I don't know why I have exactly that perfect memory of Gray Delisle, who voices Xylene, saying that. I must have just told myself that.
Yeah.
It must have just been like, oh, that's funny. And that's why, because she's such a powerful alien. Yeah, I didn't know. I was like, maybe it's like a weird anglerfish situation where it's like a huge, big female and like the little parasitic male comes on and just like attaches on. I thought that might have been something going on.
Yeah, they don't have any type of resemblance to each other. So I don't know where you got that from. I just told them we were like the authority on Ben 10 stuff. You're not helping the case.
I've definitely said something wrong before because I think I said in previous episodes that it was coded to his DNA when it was really just an accident. The Gourmands have also had a number of retcons and I was gonna say reshoots, not really reshoots, in Omniverse and also Alien Force. Do what?
Is that Upchuck?
Yeah, the Gourmands. You like that name for Upchuck?
No, I don't.
Like gourmet food kind of thing.
Oh, okay. I was thinking more like Vor.
Vor? No, Gourmands.
Yeah.
You're gross.
You're the one that brings up Vor more than me.
You just brought it up. I never talk about Vor.
You bring it up every time we talk about Attack on Titan.
Well, because that's a Vor show.
No, it's not.
I've never seen it. I'm planning on watching it. I know it's done and finished up, so I can probably go check it out.
Too.
I think it's like the #1 most popular anime, isn't it?
No, it's Naruto for sure.
No, isn't it like Japan or somebody voted on like #1 most watched anime or something?
It could be, very, very sure.
Anyway, but yeah, the Gourmands, they've had a bunch of. I'm not going to get too heavy in the retcons. F me. I'm not going to get too heavy into the retcons. But just to name a couple, normally like we just assume he has like one stomach that he eats out and he eats stuff and spits it back out as, explosive matter or whatever. Yeah. In the Omniverse retcons, they all have like a shared stomach universe, like Kirby kind of.
Whoa!
Like they've just got infinite potential in their belly. They eat planets. Like when they're done with the planet, they just eat it and spit all the excess planet out to travel to the next planet.
Whoa!
Which is very high concept in a way, but they also
wild.
Yeah. Upchuck is also the first. I'm just giving you all my Upchuck knowledge.
Upchuck knowledge.
Thank you. Yes,
yeah.
I appreciate that little thing. There's also Perks and Mercs. Tom Perkins designed the first Upchuck, who's more like a little gummy bear type guy, like a little amoeba kind of guy. Mm-hmm. And then the second one was I forget the guy's name, but it was Merc. Was the second. Merc is in the name somehow. Mm-hmm. Do I need to look that up?
No, you're good.
So the two, like the Alien Force redesign is called the Merc. It's like the subspecies from the Gourmand. And the Perk is the one that Ben gets in this episode. So technically, it's the first alien to have its two like subspecies. Yeah. Which there's not much difference between them.
No,
so they didn't
one
have
of
to.
them's like darker, I think, right?
Yeah, one of them looks more like a lizard, and one of them's more like a little amoeba kind of guy.
Yeah. No, he's got a cool design too.
I love his like jagged teeth. Like he's just designed to do that.
Who voices him? Do we know?
Dave Wittenberg does a bunch of like anime stuff. He's got a pretty big resume, but like nothing specifically I know.
Yeah, no, for sure.
A lot of the guys are like that. I feel.
Yeah, but I like his design. I like his power set and stuff. It's cool seeing it get turned into energy in his belly, kind of thing.
It is a very good visual like cue of like there's an explosive material in your stomach there.
Yeah, we also get some cool Wildvine stuff. Like he's dropping on Xylene and Max, and he's like, "Grandpa's gonna leave," and he just pops his head out of the tree. You never see it again. Like what?
Like, I'm gonna throw up sap or something.
Yeah,
like
he's
that.
like, it's so weird to see his head like that, and it just expand on that. What else is Wildvine capable of, dude?
It's either camouflage or he can merge with plants.
Yeah.
We've talked at length about how Wildvine is the best alien.
Yeah.
This goes to show, because if you're on Earth surrounded by plants, it's like, you would never find Wildvine if he's melded with a tree like that, you know.
I guess it could just be straight camouflage, but I thought, did he just merge with that tree?
It looked like he merged with the tree, and he could definitely talk to the tree, so that's weird that he could have that.
Yeah, he's like, hey, can I go inside you real quick?
Yeah, sure, man.
Or it's like when you're, like big popcorn and stuff, you're eating the movie, like, oh, excuse me, oh, sorry, I'm just going to squeeze in here.
Just trying to eavesdrop on those two elderly people over there. Trying to watch those two elderly people make out.
Yeah. It's not weird, is it? And they're like, we do it every day. They just don't know.
I'm just transferring carbon to oxygen. I don't care.
They said all our leaves have eyes. We see everything.
Tree beard, some called me.
But yeah, so we get some cool Wildvine stuff. We get forearms, and we get Diamond. Diamond Head does literally nothing.
I think he was a mistransformation. He might not have been, but I like to think he was.
Yeah, they were trying to fix the rust bucket after it got destroyed by the alien that followed one of the robots that followed Xylene. And blows up the rust bucket, and then they just put it back together.
Well, it morphs with the rust bucket. Yeah, morphs with parts of the rust, with alien super.
And then when they blew it up,
technology.
they blew up the rust bucket. And you just see Diamond Head just trying to put two pieces together. And she's like, "Oh, you could have been upgraded." And he's like, "Shut up."
You got and that's the thing too, because Max is like, "Oh yeah, she knows a lot about the Omnitrix. Maybe listen to her what she's saying." And he's like, "You're just gonna run away with this old hag and leave us? I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't even want a stepmom."
Which is sometimes you learn how much Ben's grown, but at the same time, this is a good reminder. He's a 10-year-old kid who doesn't want to lose his grandpa.
I think it's justified. I think everyone's well written in this episode. Really well.
No, it's really good, really good.
And even like Max, like he's longing. We can see him in the beginning whenever Ben gets sexually harassed by dogs.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Good old Gwen, dude. Gwen is like magic overload in this episode. She just used the magic for whatever. And then she just, he was in Wild Mutt and like took her kite from her. And so she just made all the dogs in the park fall in love with him. Chased them up a tree, and then they still loved him when he turned into a human. Very,
very silly, stupid thing. But it's funny. Like
Vor, if you will.
It was not Vor. It was just, non-consensual dog affection.
Yeah.
I just like that they're in the middle of public and like nobody questions the fact that Wild Mutt's there.
Yeah.
Like everyone's like, "Oh yeah, my dog's just going after another dog." It's like, that's a freaking alien.
Yeah, no one sees oh, that's just like a golden retriever or something. He's just a mutt.
That's one of those Alaskan Malamutes.
Malamutes.
But no, Gwen, she's using magic. I think this would have helped before the Ghost Freak stuff, because she's really good with magic in that. Like she's pretty much on her game the whole time. She does a little sneaky thing in the last couple episodes where like she didn't know what it was going to do.
Yeah.
But like in this, she breaks a bunch of plates trying to clean them with magic. Yeah. And maybe, I can understand like, oh, maybe she's not fully there with her powers, but it seems like she is in the last two episodes.
Yeah, she's getting closer and closer. She's like helping them fight the droid thing, and she's like hitting it with like beams of magic, it looks like.
Yeah, maybe.
The blue beams.
Grandpa's also got his suit on this whole time.
All the time, dude.
I don't know what, like, that's sort of convenient.
I don't know how he changed that fast when Xylene landed.
He was like, "Oh my, where are my grandkids? Might as well turn into my plumber outfit."
Yeah, while I'm looking for him, let me just change real quick.
But it is cool, that first fight with Xylene, because you just see how juiced she is as a creature.
She just takes apart the whole playground.
She like splits it into its elements like Magneto, but to like shoot a bunch of like rapid fire stuff.
At a kid, you see that's a kid. You've been around Earth to know that that's a child.
Well, it has the Omnitrix, which she is trying to get back. So
she doesn't murder is acceptable.
She's very blunt. She's like she's not pulling any punches with how she's talking. I assume the way she fights is probably the same way.
Yeah, very interesting. I like how, like you said, she's blunt, because she's like, "What brings you here?" He's like, "That." And he's like, "I knew it." And she was like, "Well, is that really?" And she goes, "Yes, no, I'm literally here for that."
You sounded like an offended like teenage girl. He's like, "You're just like all the rest."
Yeah. You only want me for this, not myself.
But that's and then but then like he turns into Heat Blast to try to fight her, and
I love Heat Blast.
It's this cool scene. Like it's good to. Haven't seen Heat Blast in a couple episodes.
It's been a minute.
It's good to see him again.
Yeah, super alien hero buddies, I think.
Probably was the last airing order that we saw him in. But she she uses her psychic powers to take off the hydrant and like shoot a bunch of like water at him, and he can't even get his spark, is what he said.
Gwen's dumbass literally sees him get knocked on his ass
right
and goes,
away too.
"Hey, it's break time's over. Get up." It's like, dog, you go do it. Like, you go fight this lady.
You've actually got powers now. You've been complaining about this for the longest time. You actually physically have a spell book. You go do it.
You do it. Oh, we get such a cool scene too because Ben's really able to take his anger out on this robot all episode, and he has this moment where he's like, "You want it? Come get it!" And he runs and he jumps, and then just the missiles hit him, and he turns into forearms. Such a cool scene.
He doesn't even. It must be like his mind is. He must be so pissed off that his mind is just like activating Omnitrix or something. He does. Looks like he activates it, but he doesn't slam it down.
The watch is probably like, "Okay, we'll let you have this. we'll give it to you."
Well, you were most of the way there.
Yeah,
so we'll slam it down for you.
Yeah. There you
go. But then,
or it could be a defense mechanism. If you have it pre-selected, but he doesn't have time to press it, but he's about to die, the watch just changes the form.
Sure. I mean, that's happened before, surely.
The watch is pretty much a Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah, it is sometimes. I wish that they kind of were like, specifically, this is how it works.
Yeah.
Because they do explain so much with it. And that's a common criticism we get in the comments of like, well, this is a kid show, and it's a 10-year-old kid, and like, you don't, like, it's a kid who turns into aliens. Why does it have to make sense? No, the premise doesn't make sense. Yeah, we get it, okay? The thing is, they explain a ton of other stuff. Like, they have species names for all the aliens and, like, homeworlds where they came from. I would just like to know how the watch works, I think.
You know what else is supposedly for kids? The card game Yu-Gi-Oh! You ever played that card game?
No.
It's complicated as okay?
It looks complicated.
Yeah, so don't be like, oh, it's made for kids. Apparently, kids are just geniuses. So, yeah, excuse me for wanting a kids show to make more sense when a kids card game is brutal. I
think Ben 10 transcends...
I've lost to kids with that card game. And it's not okay.
I would never have admitted that. You would have never gotten that out of me, bro. No, but this is like, I think Ben 10's elevated. I think the way it's written in all the world building, I think it's elevated past just like children's entertainment. I think it's more just like good sci-fi at that point,
Oh, so good.
Anyway, so we get Xylene giving him Upchuck, which is interesting. I think because he was going to go for upgrade, but then she's like, I've got a better idea. Yanks his arm and like programs in Upchuck. Why didn't she just give him a male version of her species?
Oh, so you think a male version of her is better than her? That's really sexist of you.
You know what I mean.
You're saying she can't get the job done, so now he has to turn into a male to save the day? Wow. It's 2024, Hopper.
You know what I mean. You can't turn into a female.
Sexist and misogynistic. Fuck you.
How did we get here?
You. No, because I think Upchuck genuinely was, if not upgrade, Upchuck's the guy. Because the problem with the dude was you kept breaking him, but you didn't break what you needed to break, so he just kept coming back.
Well, we've talked about too before.
Gray matter's useless, okay? Fuck him.
No, gray matter's not useless. Not in this situation. Yeah, the fun music.
I hate that music.
I think gray matter could be the way to go. I don't know why she didn't just let him go upgrade though. Like,
upgrade could have just disassembled him.
Yeah, and then
gooped off of him,
blorped off of him.
Yeah.
I do like that she gave him Upchuck. Frankly, I'm glad, and I think he's a good alien to end the season on. But I will say, like, give him, why didn't because the Omnitrix scans every other alien that he's seen prior to this.
Yeah.
That's touched him, made contact with him. That she's definitely made contact with him, like touched him.
Yeah.
So I don't know why it wouldn't have just programmed her DNA in anyway.
Makes sense.
And she's juiced, mind you. She's really powerful.
And yeah, she can't beat a freaking robot.
She kind of does, though. I feel like she's doing a lot of heavy hitting on it.
Yeah, but she doesn't finish it off.
Yeah. It takes a real man to finish it off.
Yeah, an Upchuck man. Takes some throw up.
Upchuck power.
Yeah. I
Great
love
voice.
that. It's so good.
I'm still amazed that every alien has a different sounding voice and like a different fun design.
Yeah.
Later towards like, back half of Omniverse, they all kind of start, like the voices kind of start sounding very similar.
Even in Ultimate Alien,
Yeah, you feel D. Bradley Baker's presence thoroughly throughout those
Them
those
getting
shows.
rid of Joe DiMaggio.
John DiMaggio?
John DiMaggio.
He's in it for most of it. What are you saying?
Because they get rid of Wrath's voice.
They get rid of Wrath's voice for the reboot.
Yeah. Oh, so he's in it for Omniverse?
Yeah, he's in Omniverse.
Good.
You can't have Wrath without John DiMaggio.
Well, they
honestly.
did for the reboot.
Yeah, it doesn't really work.
No, it doesn't.
I've watched
also, in the reboot, a bunch of aliens beat up Alien X. Be for real, dude.
Alien X is way, way, way scaled down in that.
Yeah, be for real.
And it's really just an alternate version of Ben 10, I think. Spoiler alert.
Stupid. Now, you do get a cool scene where Forearms punches them, sends them flying. It's a real anime moment.
For Anime X, for Alien X, you mean?
Yeah. He punches Alien X, sends them flying. You never seen that?
No, I haven't actually seen the thing. I've seen clips of it.
Loser.
Anyway, my point being, I'm glad that they bring in different voice actors or at least have a different voice for every
And that's
alien.
the thing, the depth and level that they go to for each of these aliens, why wouldn't we want more lore and exposition and explanations for stuff?
Yeah.
You know?
What is funny, though, it's like, like that's the peak version of Upchuck. Like that's what the perfect version of Upchuck would look like.
Yeah.
And it's just a chubby little guy.
He's
just
little dude.
perfect.
He's a short king.
He's a short king.
He's a short king.
I love his little tentacles that come out and like
yeah, he got him stuck and he was like playing like the banjo. You know,
it was such a funny moment because like Ben's a 10-year-old, but like and things are dire, right? His grandpa's being crucified by an alien robot, and then he's just like, like he's just still like, playing around.
What, does this do something? If I do it at the right frequency? She's over there like, oh my god, maybe you should have went upgrade.
What have I gotten myself into?
Yeah,
I like that she kind of like sets him straight. Whenever Grandpa first gets kidnapped by also nanotech in the suit. There's no nanotech in that suit. It's a straight up jumpsuit.
That's
right?
latex, dog.
That's latex, brother.
It's spandex.
That's not No Way Home. That's straight up Homecoming.
Yeah,
or like No Way Home rather. Whichever. It is Homecoming, but it's the Homecoming that Mr. Stark does not give him. It's the Homecoming.
I'm waiting. I'm just taking your time.
The Homecoming with the little hood.
Yeah, the hoodie.
Okay, you know what? Let's scratch all that. This is not Homecoming Mr. Stark suit. This is Spider-Man Tobey Maguire suit.
Yeah. Just shitty.
It looks like a Ghostbuster suit or something.
It does. There's no nanotech in that suit.
I liked it better if it's just like a schlubby workman's outfit that has like some guns in the collars or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that's the whole like third act is that Grandpa Max's high-tech plumber suit gets taken over, and I think it's a nice reflection of the theme. It's like
for sure.
Neither one of these parties gets Max. It's like he's either going to be distant toward his family or distant toward the girl. So it's a good representation of that, fit like that metaphorical problem rather.
Right.
Anyway, but I like how she picks him up with her powers and like slams him against a tree and is like,
Yeah,
shut the hell up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to help you.
Yeah, I liked it too. She's fucking durable too. She gets thrown through like 4 trees. Granted, she gets knocked out afterwards, but I mean, if you're getting knocked out just from being thrown through some trees, you're juiced.
Here's a bit of biology for you. She says,
thank you.
Do what?
No, thank you.
she's like, you human children don't make any sense to me because on my planet, when you get hatched, you just are on your own. And I'm like, well, if you were hatched and you're a lizard, and we're going with that, what do you have boobs for?
For the sex appeal.
I guess so. It strikes me of like the whole like.
Wait, yeah. Why do you have boobs?
I don't know. Maybe they
mammals
are
have boobs.
Maybe there's tentacles that she coils up in there somehow.
Maybe they're eggs. Have you ever seen that? There's like this whole thing where like this adventurer, it's set in like D&D type thing. This adventurer goes to this very overly sexual woman lizard snake lady, and he's like, let me see your breasts.
Argonian kind of thing?
Yeah. And she's all like, no. And then she like pulls him down, and it's just eggs. Because she's a lizard, she doesn't have boobs. She was just holding her eggs there.
That's pretty clever, though.
And then they like spit acid on him or something. You know what I mean? Because it's like he was being an asshole. But
yeah.
I was just like, what am I reading? I was just like scrolling some meme page.
That's the first rule of D&D is like try to seduce the monster first.
That is, dude. I would like to seduce the dragon.
I would like to seduce the mind flayer.
Yes.
Baldur's Gate 3, have you seen those?
Yeah, I've played Baldur's Gate 3.
Have you seduced the mind flayer?
No.
You probably shouldn't. That looks painful, honestly.
No, I stopped playing. I couldn't get into the game. I love the story, and I love how good of a game it is. It's not my kind of game,
Max would be seducing all those.
He would, dude.
He's got that dog in
He wouldn't even need a dice roll. He'd just be like, my name is Max Tennyson.
Yeah, I'm Max Tennyson.
You're gonna say less.
You're coming home with me.
Yeah.
Anyway, it should be noted, I just said that she should have given him a form of her own. Popular fan comic 5 years later, the Ink Tank.
Yeah.
Not a friend of the show. I was going to say friend of the show. We're fans of them.
We would love to be friends with you.
Yeah, let us on if you want to.
Yeah. We'll have you on here. It'd be a big honor for you.
Probably not, but but anyway, they've got a version of this character in Ben's watch, version of this alien rather in Ben's watch called Menticle.
Okay.
Like mental powers, got mental capacity.
And tentacles.
Yeah, Menticle. I don't know. It's fine.
It's all right.
That's something Ben would come up with.
Yeah. Menticle.
I always wondered like why she didn't. I didn't wonder that because I thought that was the reason why she didn't.
Yeah.
Because I thought Upchuck was the male version.
Got you. Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm just loving like we were watching the show and every 2 seconds Hopper back. See, I just remember that differently.
Well, it was like at night. The whole thing was at night. I didn't remember it as like hoverboard come in. I just
also we've got it under control, Grandpa. There's no plan.
He's like, you want this watch? Come and get it. And it tries to come and get it. He's like, we know what we're doing. And Grandpa's like, we? And then Xylene just rips out of a shed.
Yeah.
Gwen rolls up in a forklift.
And then
what are we doing?
As soon as cool as it looks, boom, he just shoots Gwen, hits Xylene, and then Ben's like, oh.
It like wraps him up. It's like got him in a chokehold.
Yeah.
And she has to come rescue him.
Stupid.
It's just like, we've got a plan. No, you don't. You're just going to bum rush it? That's not a plan.
Yeah, it's not.
You like the robot in this as like a villain?
Yeah, it was simple. I think it was more to just have a villain kind of thing, which I'm okay with because we had a lot of focus on Xylene and that dynamic and then getting Upchuck and stuff. So it was nice just to have a throwaway robot villain that followed her to Earth or whatever. Yeah,
and it kind of, I think it still enforces Vilgax's power, even though he's not a threat at the moment.
Yeah.
He's still in the Null Void, I guess.
But his reach is still there, His influence is still out there.
Yeah. What about the backstory with Xylene and Max? Did you like that they had known each other and...
It just makes even more less sense. He's like, I have to stay here for Vilgax. Vilgax isn't on Earth anymore. Go out. You have more luck finding him in the galaxy.
I kind of wish we got like a nice, like a proper, you know how they did in Avatar with Avatar 1, where they just like show you the beginning of it? Like, I wish that was just like Max and like Vilgax at the very first part of it. Like, you very much
What Avatar are you talking about?
The first Avatar 1.
Oh, Juan. I thought you were saying Avatar 1. Well, and I was going to make fun of you and go, Juan? What are you saying? And then you were actually saying that. Yeah. Oh, I love Avatar 1.
But give me that. Give me like 2 or 3 episodes devoted to like Vilgax and Max in the past, and that way we can fully flesh out what happened.
Or just put Avatar 1 and Ben 10.
Sure. Yeah.
He's cool.
That's a lot of implications.
I think he's neat.
I just think he's neat. But they say like, oh, we've always got Roswell, so I'm assuming she was the alien that crashed at Roswell.
Yeah.
And that's maybe...
Which puts her at least 60 years old if she's born the day she lands on Roswell.
Hatched.
No, you can be born by being hatched. You can say born.
No, she was hatched though.
Yeah, that's true.
I like that Max too. Well, no. I like that Xylene says they may be an honorary plumette. Is plumber not a gender neutral term?
All about this misogyny, man. What is going on with Cartoon Network?
Yeah,
I'm so sick of this.
I was like, oh, the misogyny blame has been lifted from me. Thank God. Now Cartoon Network's the problem.
Yeah. Should have been Mantoon Network, honestly.
Should have been Plumber Network.
That's
Network.
The poor joke or poor like jab in the Phoenix X-Men. Did you watch X-Men with the Phoenix?
Yeah.
She goes, should be called X-Woman. How much we do. And I'm like, really?
I forgot about
what?
that. It's Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
Bro.
She gets impaled 10 minutes later. How's that X-Woman for you?
Like, the men are always getting saved by the women around here.
You died.
You bitched about this so much about putting on that makeup where you killed you off in the first 5 minutes. I guess that's all I got to say. I love that like they fleshed out the backstory a little bit more. We didn't need this extra information.
No, it was nice though.
It was nice, I think, and it's good to see that Max is back.
I do think it's a good first episode for season 4, though. If you've decided you're going to do a season 4, this is a good start to season 4.
I would agree with that, or even just it's good for season 3. It's good in the middle somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know, because like if we go to space first,
yeah,
Max goes to space with them, right? Or is it just Ben?
What do you mean?
Like when he goes to space for the Omnitrix and stuff, do Max and Gwen come with him?
Oh, for the movie?
Yeah.
No, it's just Gwen.
Oh, Max doesn't go.
Yeah, Max stays at home. Gwen sneaks on board. I think
That's right. Yeah, I remember Gwen being there. Damn, Max isn't in the movie?
No, he's in it for a little bit.
That's messed up.
It's maxed up to the max.
But yeah, I think that's all I got too.
Yeah, I think it's a good episode. I would highly recommend it. Obviously, if you're watching us, you've probably seen it. Mm-hmm. I think I like that Max is like a player. This kind of establishes him as like
he's got stud.
Yeah, got some leeway with the ladies.
He'd be finessing them tentacles.
The only thing unattractive is her fucking gross bird feet.
Yeah,
like I imagine her like pecking the dirt and like scratching up the dirt for a little grub or something. But she does use her tongue to like flick down and eat his food.
Yeah, he's like, "What that tongue do?"
He's like, "I'm glad someone likes my cooking." It has to be a gross.
Hey, you know
monster.
what? We like it too. Stay tuned on the channel. We'll have us eating some of his
Steven
food.
really liked it.
I love that shit. That shit was good.
Steven's a bug fan. He likes bugs.
I just like food, I guess. Just different.
I reckon.
Built different.
Anyway.
But
if you want to watch the full Benson playlist of us reviewing episodes, you can click over here by me. If you want to see another episode where Grandpa Max shines, it's over there by Steven. If you want to subscribe to the channel, right here in the middle, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Bye.